On November 12th, 1970, in Portland, Oregon, a young girl named Tonya Harding was born, a future star and later criminal conspirator. Both of these paths would lead her down into the limelight of the media and ultimately fame. At a young age, her mother would enroll her in figure skating lessons as a child. Harding would eventually drop out of school because of this. She would pursue training in her figure skating and ultimately a career at the higher level. During this time, she was labeled in the media as bash and abrasive at times, which clashed with the overall view of figure skating as more of a feminine sport. At what some would consider a milestone moment in her career, she would go on to be the first woman to land a triple axel in the 1999 U.S. Figure Skating Championship. While amazing, her career would regress as she ultimately failed to qualify for the U.S. Championship team of 1992 and 1993. This ultimately may have been the reason that led her down the dark turn of the following year of 1994. What some view today as her most captivating and famous event took place in 1994. Not on the ice, but in the conspiracy to attack another person. On January 6, Nancy Kerrigan was attacked by an unknown assailant with a club, forcing Nancy Kerrigan to withdraw from the competition. Without the competition, Tonya Harding easily took first place, though both women were later selected for the Olympics that were due to take place in February. Details emerged the following week, which would cause the media firestorm that would ultimately lead to Tonya Harding's downfall in the light of media. It would later emerge that the masked man, Shane Stant, was hired by Tonya Harding's husband. Stant turned himself into the FBI a week after the attack and revealed all. 2 days later, Harding's lawyer read a statement trying to announce that they denied all knowledge and that she was divorcing her husband.
I would like to begin by saying how sorry I am about what happened to Nancy Kerrigan. I am embarrassed and ashamed to think that anyone close to me could be involved. I was disappointed not to have the opportunity to compete against Nancy at nationals. I have a great deal of respect for Nancy.
Not all was said and done for Harding, though, as it would be revealed that Harding had some hand in the attack on Nancy Kerrigan, bringing her into the limelight as a criminal. She would be stripped of all of her medals and would be banned from the figure skating league forever. The media attention surrounding her was a fury of hate and negativity on how such a woman could be so cruel in such a feminine sport. Years later, we would see a narrative shift in this as the movie I, Tonya would be produced and released to the general public. It revealed some new information, and people seemed to gravitate towards the idea that Tonya Harding wasn't this villain that the media wanted to portray her as, but as a victim in her own right due to the abuse she had suffered earlier in life. Whether this abuse leads ultimately to her doing the attack is unknown, though the media would change somewhat after the release of the movie.
Harding was judged in the court of public opinion and ostracized into a pop culture joke. As a society, we were so willing to throw this woman away. We didn't want to understand the complexity of her character and her life. She came from an age before women had clear avenues to seek out treatment or help from abuse. A woman who was vilified and demonized, blamed by their male counterparts, and a general public who were all just too willing to believe it.
There are some that still hold true that Tonya Harding isn't this friendly face that everyone wants you to believe that she now is. That the evil that she had done in her past is still there, in some form.